I've got a special video for you today. As you know, I am a super duper fan of the trail. And last year, MVP released a special Halloween Proton trail. Awesome, had a bunch of 6 skulls on it. And I was all excited to throw it. And then I saw a couple people say, it's kind of flippy. I'm like, shoot, I wanted a trail that's just a touch more stable than my regular one. So I ended up not throwing it. I just sat on it for a while. Then somebody made me a really awesome offer to sell it. So I ended up selling it. I don't normally sell discs. I'm not a collector. I like to actually play and throw the discs that I buy. But the offer was making $100 profit on it, so I figured why not. But finally, for this year, I got this year's Halloween Proton trail. So after a year, I'm finally getting to throw one of these things. So I'm super excited. So we're going to compare these two together, but also, just for funsies, we've got my fission trail. We're going to throw this on a couple of holes as well. We are here at Spindler Park in East Point, Michigan, and we're not going to play all the holes. We're going to play probably 3 or 4, which should be plenty to figure out how these things fly and compare them together. First hole, 367 feet, dead straight. We now have a sea of picnic tables. Don't know why. So we are going to start off with the regular trail, and then we're going to throw the Proton trail, and then we're going to throw the fission trail for this hole. So first up is the neutron trail. This is my literal first one. I usually lose my first disc that I buy of a particular mold, but this is my OG SE trail, and I'm just going to keep throwing this thing till I lose it, but I already have some really cool replacements just in case. All right, so the goal here is to get a nice little stand up, and then it just needs to hyzer back a little bit and not crash off of picnic tables. So here goes nothing. Oh, if that hyzer's back, that is money. Okay, all right. We're kind of at edge of circle. Ooh, got dark all of a sudden. There we go. So it got dark all of a sudden. But it's hard to see, obviously, but it went past most of the picnic tables, and then it hit and skipped and started to hyzer back to the left, so we're probably like edge of circle. Now, first throw with the Proton trail. Woo, I'm excited for this. I gotta mention, we do have a tailwind right now, so that's gonna affect the flight a little bit, but let's see how this thing goes. This is 173 grams, and the other one I just threw was 174, so they're pretty comparable. All right, I'm gonna try and get this one a little bit hyzer and just a hair straighter. Oh, exact same line. And that one flipped over and hit a tree. All right, so that didn't really tell me a whole lot because I think I pulled over on a little bit. Fission trail, we know this thing turns right, so I'm gonna put it on some nasty hyzer, let it flip up. It'll probably turn some more, hopefully comes back with the tailwind. But this thing is fun. Oh, look at that. That was a good throw. And that's why the fishing trail is fun. I threw it on a steep hyzer, thing flipped up, just dead straight for a while, then right at the tail end, got some late turn out of it. That thing is fun to throw. So let's, we hit a tree with the Proton trail. We're gonna go chip that up towards the basket and see where the other one's landed. But as you can see, this one hit the tree because it turned over a little bit. It's weird because Michigan wind is so weird. It felt like a tailwind at the hole, but as I was coming up here, there are parts and times it felt like a headwind, and I think that's why the fission trail got that late turn at the end. So I don't know. We're gonna do just a little baby forehand up to the basket from here. This thing should be able to hold. I'm not gonna crush it, obviously. Ooh, not enough on it. Oh! Got some tree love. Let's go see where the other two landed. So this is that late flip I was telling you about because the basket's over there. But we're gonna see if we can put this in. We're not gonna do this on every hole, but it's the first hole, so we gotta see what we can do. All right, fission trail. You could even see it started to turn too. Nice. All right, and then the neutron trail. was even closer here, as you can see. See if we can get this one. Oh, hit the pole. And then for the long birdie with the, long par with the Proton. See if we can get this one. Nope. You know what? They're not putters. Leave me alone. But they are all good discs. So neutron was a CTP, and it was the easiest to putt. Let's move on to the next hole. Next one is a long tunnel shot. Should be fun. We skipped the hole to head 3 because it is a difficult one. It is a long 400 and something feet, put up on the screen if I'm really that concerned with it. Just a long tunnel shot. It's out in the open, but it takes a while to clear all this mess of trees. A big forehand or left-handed hyzer could get out, but usually as a right-hand backhand player, I got to go right up this center gap. You can't go too high. You can't turn it over because you're just going to hit trees. So this one's always been a tricky hole for me, and I try my best. I have tried so many discs on this hole, but I think it's the perfect trail hole. So we're going to try it. And the other tricky thing about this hole is the tee pad's short and there's a slight run up a hill. I always have a hard time stepping onto these tee pads. So we're going to see if we can nail this though. We're going to move this big rocks off the tee pad so I don't break an ankle. Don't need that. All right, so we're going straight up the gap. Oh! And that's what I do a lot. I came up over on it, anhyzered the whole way, and by the time it hit the ground, it cut rolled back to the left. So it's gonna go ahead and rotate. We're gonna do the fission trail next. See if I can get this one to flip up and turn. Try and get a little bit higher, get a little bit more distance out of it. Nope, did the exact same thing. And that one's just gonna roll forever. Holy cow. Okay, all right, now we are way left by the other basket. Let's see. The oldie but a goodie. It's the proper disc for this hole. I need to get this thing hyzer. And I'm telling you, I think part of it is because the way I have to run up on this tee pad, when I go to throw, I ended up coming over with it. I can't lean down and get my normal bend because I have to run up. This is just confusing. Try this again. Normal trail, third time's a charm. Low again. Still cut rolled, but not as hard as the other two. So still don't have a good answer for this hole. None of these were great. So we're gonna work on our upshot game. We're gonna do a couple standstills. I'd say we're still probably 250, 300 feet from the basket. We're gonna start with the neutron trail and work our way left because it was a hot mess. Oh, get in. That'd be awesome. All right, if I were putting, that's edge of circle and elevated basket. No way that can go wrong. Let's check out the Proton trail. Proton trail is almost the exact same thing, just about 30 feet to the left. So same shot. See if we've learned anything from that previous throw. Not as nose up. And we still threw it nose up. And it's gonna crash further from the basket. Sweet. And the fun part is, fission trail's right over there. Same distance across the board for all of them. Just how far they roll to the left is the only difference. All right, one more upshot with fission trail. Well, I kept that one lower. Still not close to the basket. So we got long putts across the board with the trails. I feel like I'm doing the Proton trail dirty because there's the fission trail inside circle. It was a whole lot closer than I was expecting. This Proton trail. I don't know, just didn't get it there. Short armed it, short and left. So see if we can put it in though. Let's go for our par. Nope. I got a par with something. All right, that one's technically next, but this one is next on the path. All right, see if I can get a par with this one. Hey, yeah, yo. And one more. One more. Fission trail. Ha ha! Yeah. My poor Proton trail. I feel bad. I know it's the exact same disc, just in different plastic, but I don't know. Just haven't figured it out yet. Next hole's gonna be fun. It's one of my most hated holes on this course because we're throwing up a hill, like it's a long shot, and then it goes up to the top of a hill where if you miss, your disc rolls down the hill like 70 feet and gets quite annoying. But once we get to the top of the hill, we get to throw from the top of the hill down to the basket, which is 400 and something feet. So that's gonna be fun. So let's throw up the hill before we go down the hill. All right, so the puppies on this hole really like me because they are really cheering me on. But all right, this hole is technically, I think it's hole 6, and it is one of the longest ones on the course. It might be the longest hole. Where we're throwing, if you look at the top of that hill, that's not where we're going. That's actually another tee pad. Basket is to the right of that. So we got to go around these trees with a turnover, and hopefully it's got enough stability to come back. Or you got to bend it enough to get it kind of like laying flat on the hill. Otherwise it's just rolling down. I've made it close to there like once, and by close I mean like 80 feet, but at the top of the hill. So this one takes a big throw. Usually I throw something that's more stable and on a big force over, and then have it come back and hit the hill. We don't have that option, so we are going with the turnover shot. Obviously we'll start with the fission trail, and we want to put it on hyzer because it's going to stand up, and hopefully it goes pretty straight for us. Well, I got the line, but it is just not stable enough to come back. But we did get a cut roll, and it rolled back up the hill. All right, so next in line is the neutron, keeping the order. So neutron trail now. This one might, if I can get the right line, should be able to come back. Nope, kind of flew the same as the fission trail, just didn't turn into a cut roller. So, Proton trail, be interesting. We'll try the exact same line, just see if there's really any difference in flight. Oh, nope. Ah! Ah! Tried to give as much as I could, and I got a what the crap, Richard, and hit a tree. So, yay, more up shots with the Proton trail. Doing that thing dirty. I'm sorry, trail. I'm sorry. Now you can see what I mean. It's on the side of the flipping hill. So, I fully expect this to cut roll down the hill, but we're gonna give it a go. We still got a ways to go. 250 or so up a hill. Can't really run up on this, so we're just gonna go stand still. Oh, nose up. Now you see why I hate this hole. I can't get it right. I know it's me. I just hate this hole because no matter what I do, it doesn't work out. Okay, I'm throwing both of these at the basket, but I am playing out this hole. I hate this hole. Ugh. We're just gonna throw these up at the basket and then move on to our final hole off of the hillside. Finally got a decent throw. See if I can do that with the fission. You know what, let's have fun with it. I'm gonna see if we can get this thing to anhyzer towards the basket, because why not? On the forehand. Ha! Nope. Well, I have to say, whether it's me or the disc, neutron trail, still working the best for me. Okay, so we have gotten to our last hole of the day. I think it's hole number 8. It is downhill, straight down the hill. It is 400 and some odd feet, and it is a lot of fun. I've parked it, I think, twice. One time I got past the basket on just a smash. Don't know if I can do that again. but we got a tailwind, so there's potential. So there's a couple routes to get there. There's not a whole lot in the way of hyzer. So you either have to do a little bit of a turnover or just get a perfect hyzer flip right down that right side and let it finish towards the basket. So neutron trail to start, then we'll go proton and fission, and we'll just be, if I can get consistent throws on each one, these would be a good chance to really test and compare the flight of these 3 discs, see if there's any difference. I'm not running up a hill this time, so it's pretty great. So here goes with the neutron trail. Oh, come back. Ah. All right, well, you saw that one. Stood up and bent over. I thought I was going to get the perfect straight flight out of it. I'm going to try and give the proton trail a little bit more hyzer and see if I can get it to go straight towards the basket. Oh, that one's too much hyzer. Didn't stand up as much. Holy moly. So that one's way left. All right, let's hope it's Goldilocks with the fission trail right down the middle. I gotta give this one some hyzer. I'm hoping it turns a little bit and then comes back. So let's go. We've had one right, had one way left. See if we can get this one right down the middle. Nope, that one bent over too. Into a tree. 0 for 3 on the trails. So we went ahead and hopped up to the proton trail because the fission one hit the tree and sucked. So we're just gonna try and give it an easy little forehand pitch up towards the basket. See if we can get this close at least. Oh! They had to run at it, but nope. Well, we at least got pin high with the neutron trail. So this is our first shot too. So maybe we just use all of our juju on our first shot. So we're gonna see if we can just give this a little flick up towards the basket, and we'll collect all of our discs and close it out. Oh, that would have been epic if it went in. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. My thoughts. I'm gonna keep this pretty simple. I think this is how they go stability wise. I still think my neutron trail is the most stable. This one's gonna stay in my bag. The fission trail is by far the flippiest, but I like it because it has that late turn in the flight. As long as you throw it hyzer or flat. If you throw it in hyzer, it's just gonna turn the whole way. But I feel like this one for me flies what I've always said the trail should be, just a longer crave. A 10-speed crave really, because this thing, you throw it hyzer or flat, it's gonna do its thing. But if you got just a touch of any, it's gonna bend over. Now today was a little bit windy, so that's a little bit of my disclaimer. I also suck a little bit, so that's part of the disclaimer as well. But I think stability-wise, this is your order here. Will I keep it in the bag? I'm not sure. If I had more touch and control, maybe it would be in my bag a little bit more. But I will say that I play with players in some of my local leagues who the 10-speed is the highest speed disc that they have, and they shoot just fine. So if the trail is like your main distance driver, this is a killer lineup. You can't go wrong. I have loved the trail since day one. I tell everyone to get it. So if you don't have one, find out which one is right for you. Sorry, I was just making sure no one was throwing downhill because I almost got hit earlier. So just check, see which one works for you. I'm still a fan of just the OG neutron, but I throw the fission one as my main distance turnover disc. So if you need something, check out Disc Fam or your local retailer. I don't know, they're traveling right now, so I hope you guys are having fun. But you can always shop online at the Disc Fam website, which I'll link below. Use code to get some money off, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Trying to get, I've had a busy traveling season this year. Weddings are done. Still traveling for my day job, so you'll see me playing disc golf from all over the place. We've got Oklahoma coming up. We've got Texas some more. We've got Alabama. and a few other ones. So we're gonna have a lot of fun, maybe even Amsterdam. That could be coming at some point. So a little bit of international play will be pretty awesome. But you're not gonna know unless you subscribe. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Zach is gonna be back on the channel soon. We've made some challenges to him already if you've seen our latest videos. So we've got some challenges going out. We have some fun stuff planned for later on. So make sure you check us out on the regular. We'll have more content coming soon. See you later. Thanks for watching.